Becky,
Hi,
Box
guys.
Candy, and Tanya from Van Life Voyages. She's going to be my co host today. We're going to have a wonderful guest up here in a few minutes. Probably we're going to do the greetings and everything first, and then gonna bring up our guest. So I want to say hello to some people. Hello, Pamela Smith. I believe Burning Up the Roads was one of the first ones here. And Redheaded Riding Hood, I guess she's traveling right now on the road. So, and Naj, that's easier to say than her last name. How do you say it, Daniel?
I just say
Rukui?
Naj. I just call her
Yeah.
Naj.
Rukui, I think it's Rukui. Anyhow, so how are you doing today, Tanya? Are you feeling a little bit
Yeah, I'm
better?
feeling better.
Good. I notice you don't have your neck brace on today.
Yeah.
Before I do any more to greetings, I want to say that people in my chat need to know the reason I really support channels that have problems with mobility issues is because I've been there and I know what it's like. And it's not an easy life. But believe me, I give these people so much credit for being able to do the things that they do. And I'm truly inspired by all these people that have so many limitations, like Tanya, with their, what is it called? The
Dystonia.
dystonia, and Derek in the wheelchair with
Yeah.
quadriplegic. Paralife Shane from Paralife is a paraplegic, and Kenneth has cerebral palsy. So I can't believe you guys do so much. I'm so proud of you. So let's go ahead and greet a few more people. Tanya, you want to say hello to some people?
I see. Call me. I see V is in here.
Yes.
Yep, there's V and Sue from Lucky Dog Productions, moderator.
Yeah. And I would say hi, hybrid life, John, who
Oh,
helped me
this
so much.
John.
Yeah, it's okay. He helped me so much. So yes, hello B. RV grandma. I'm going to share this, what she said. There was a teenager on American Ninja Warrior who had cerebral palsy. He was determined not to let it stop him from living his dreams. He is doing fantastic, showing up many of the veterans. So I thought
That's
that
cool.
was a really cool comment. Um, Thank
Very
you,
cool.
RV Grandma, for sharing that with us. And thank you, Sue, from Lucky Dog Production. I can't talk
Amazing.
today. For being here today, and also for all the hard work you do for moderating my channel. Okay, anybody else? Let's see.
Mary Jones. Your friend Mary Jones is here.
Oh, good. And Mary's another great moderator and a great friend and a great supporter of so many of our channels. So let's see who's next. We have already, good grief, 56 people in the chat. So I guarantee you, people, I will not be able to keep up with all the chat. So that's why I have moderators. They do that for me when I can't. I try to greet as many people as I can, but my moderators are here to greet you and make you feel welcome. You are in my home and you're totally welcome here. Chris Diane is here. She sent me the air fryer. So I'm glad you're here. Nurse and our travel bug. They'd had a great live stream today. And let's see who else. Trying to go through this. S. Hawkins, hello. Glad you're here. And traveling with Nick P. Oh, what is he?
John Chalker from Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yeah, hello, John. Glad you're here, hon. And Rayleigh Creative Travels is here. And Happy Place Camping, that is Doreen. Traveling with, did I say already? Traveling with Nick P, I think I did. Griswold Family Vacay is Danny. Catherine Cook. Yes, Catherine Cook. She was in courtside this past year in January.
Nice.
Let's see. Melody Marlendorf. I'm going to send a link for Melody Marlendorf after the interview. I would like her to come up and sing a song if she will. Uh, so I'm just remind me, Tanya. I do not want to forget that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm glad you're here, Melody. Thank you for coming. I do appreciate you. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're about ready to start. Indiana boys here also. So I probably missed some, but I think we're ready to bring up our guests. Hello, Ann Holland and Lillian Tittle, Ruby Madrid. So here we go. Kenny, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, I want to shift this a little bit. See if I can. Nah, I don't know. That's not what I want. How do you change it?
Uh, try the. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There, okay, okay. I think I like that better. Good. I see Papa on the picture really well
Yeah.
on this way.
Hi,
Yeah, it
guys.
looks like I'm looking over a mountain.
Hey guys.
Yeah, on the mountain.
So I told the audience why I felt it's important to promote channels that have people with disabilities, and what I want to say is this is gonna be kind of my opening statement. Hang on. I tried to prepare things to talk about or ask, but I'm not very good at that. I'm not a great interviewer, but what I do want to say is if you've ever felt at times sorry for yourself, I know we all have, or sometimes you just don't want to try because you felt it was too hard. Anytime you feel like that, look at somebody like Kenneth, like Derek, like Tanya, and you won't feel so bad. Maybe you'll feel like if they can do it, I can do it too. So I think that's what we get from these channels that have disabilities. So before I go any further, I want to introduce Kenneth Fordman, aka Kenneth Oaks, and Papa. Papa is Kenneth's right arm, and Kenneth is Papa's left arm, so to speak, because they balance each other out and they help each other. So, Kenneth, you were raised by Papa.
Yes.
And so, when you were born, tell us what happened. Why your mother didn't raise you? Tell us what happened when you were first born. Your health problems.
Well, I was born with a heart defect. They call it a heart murmur or something like
Yeah.
that, where they have a hole in your heart.
Okay.
And I had actually died at like 7 times,
Wow.
and they brought me back each time. But and then I also developed a disease called hydrocephalus,
Right.
which is fluid on the brain.
Right.
And so I have a shunt in there that drains the fluid off my brain.
Right.
And I've had to have surgeries done on it at least 3 or 4 times.
And
Uh,
you were premature. You weighed what, 3 pounds something?
I like 3 pounds. I barely fit. I barely fit in my dad's hand.
And people, when he's referring to his dad, he's referring to Papa.
Mhm.
Papa is his dad because he raised him as a father. And even though he's his grandfather on his mother's side, Papa did all his Papa and his wife raised Kenneth. So, Papa, talk about how you felt when Kenneth was born and when you found out he had all these problems.
Well, I was very proud that the birth happened. I mean, and just like any proud parent or grandparent or whatever, a relative or whatever, that we were expecting it, but we were worried as the pregnancy went on because my daughter's health and everything, and all, and we didn't know whether he was going to be a normal, or if it was going to be a semi-normal, or if he was even going to
Even gonna live. Yeah.
come out somewhat,
Right.
if you know what I mean.
Right. So
And
you didn't
when
even
they told
you
me,
didn't know what to expect, obviously.
yeah,
And when he was
they
born
wouldn't
with
let me
all
back
these,
there. They were letting people watch, but they wouldn't let me back there to watch.
oh wow,
And
okay,
I wanted to see the birth, but
right,
they wanted to keep it kind of private and whatever,
right. Well,
because
things
I
are
wasn't
different
parent,
today.
huh?
Yeah, things are different today.
Yeah,
So they
because
didn't
I
really
wasn't,
let family
that
members.
was against the rules at our
Right,
hospital.
right,
And but when they came out and they told us that he was born and there was a boy and what all, and at that time we didn't know that there was any problem at all. At,
okay.
at that,
Have a question for you, Papa.
yes, ma'am.
Is Kenneth your the only grandchild?
No, I have my regular son, my real son has three daughters by his wife that she had before they got married, and then he's got two boys by her that are his.
Okay,
So I've got counting Kenneth, I've got six grandchildren.
six
Uh,
grandchildren, and you don't have your wife anymore. So she passed
no,
away recently.
about
Um,
4 years ago,
about 4 years ago.
2017.
Okay, so you and your wife raised your grandson until about 4 years ago, alone.
Correct.
Did you have family helping you to raise them?
No, ma'am.
So you did it all by yourself.
Well, I mean, my wife and stuff,
Yeah.
But I would say the thing of it is that due to my daughter's health and trying to take care of her and watching over my regular son,
Right.
bringing him up, and then my wife, I knew when me and my wife got married that she had problems. She had health problems. So I
Okay.
ended up taking care of her for the 47 years we were married until she.
Yeah.
So while I was taking care, while I was taking care of her, I was taking care of my daughter, and I was taking care of Kenneth
Right.
because
Well,
my son
that
had
had
moved
to
off
be
north.
quite. That had to be pretty difficult. It's a hard job raising a
Not
kid with.
really. I just what it did mostly was the other members. Some of the other members of my family could not understand why I did that.
You loved him, of course.
Well, I'm talking about the whole situation
Oh,
With everything.
because, like I said, my wife and I we were married for almost 47 years from
Wow.
1971 till 2017, and the last 9 years of her life she spent in a nursing home because of her
okay.
health.
Mm,
But we go to see her and everything, and what all, Kenneth and I, and everything, and But I would explain it to them. They want to know why we didn't go on vacations. They want to know
right.
why we stayed together 24/7 and all this stuff. They couldn't understand it.
Right.
And I told them, I said, well, look, we love each other. We've never went to bed mad at each other, even though we've had our ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know, we would
Right.
kiss at night and say, our good nights and everything, and get up the next morning, and everything was fine and dandy.
Right.
No big deal. No throwing anybody out of the house or anything like that.
Right.
Some
So,
people.
Papa, you raised your grandson, and I know you don't. You act like it's not a big deal, but you did. you did raise a child that had a
Yeah.
lot of disabilities.
Yeah.
Just in raising a kid with no problems is not easy. I
Right.
know.
But
So
I've
I give
never.
you a lot of credit for raising your son, your grandson. Uh, and look how he
Yeah.
turned out.
It's
Well,
amazing.
when Kenneth was when Kenneth got sick and we finally got him into the hospital to where they could do the operations on him and stuff.
Right,
Uh, while I was at home taking care of my wife ever so often, my
right.
mother, she stayed with Kenneth at the hospital in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, that's nice. So he did have a
And
grandmother there.
when we come
Yeah.
back, and when we come back, my mother took him to her home, and I would go over there every day or two and relieve her so she could get some rest. And because she was a nurse for almost 50 years, or a little over 50 years, she was a nurse,
Okay.
and she was willing to take care. But I got to admit, people don't believe me, and I'm really it upsets me sometimes that people don't believe this. But Kenneth has never, ever been a problem. He's
Thank
always
God.
been he's always been well behaved.
Yeah.
Uh, he was one of the most loved children at school by his classmates.
Oh, I can see that.
Never
I
had
can see
nobody
that.
picking on him
Yeah.
or
You know
anything.
what? You can take a lot of pride because you are the reason he turned out the way he did.
Well,
Okay.
I kind of,
Well, let me ask Kenneth some
uh,
questions. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So Kenneth,
Yes.
okay, what kind of surgery have you had?
Well, I've like I said, I've had the surgery for the hydrocephalus,
Right.
and I've also had the surgery for my several surgeries for my cerebral palsy.
Okay.
Because my feet were kind of turned in sideways
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
He was
So
extremely pigeon toed.
I was mainly pigeon toed,
Okay.
Extremely.
extremely. But they did some surgeries and they corrected that, and they put some plates and screws above my shin. Um, and what was amazing was is when they cut my Achilles tendons. As soon as they cut them, my feet went straight up like this
Wow.
in the position that they're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
As soon as they cut my Achilles and tendons, my
Mm-hmm.
feet automatically went straight up like this. And they put, like I said, they put plates and screws in there to hold it in place. And of course, I wear braces to help hold it in place as well. And they um, they also did some surgeries on my knees. My knees were actually 3/4 of an inch too high, so
Okay.
they they brought both my knees down, and they put plates and screws in there to hold it in place. And but then later on they took those out. See, they
Okay.
were going to take the plates and screws out of my shin out of my shins, um, but they could not. Uh, that
Remove.
they could remove the screws, but they could not remove the plates because I still have
Okay.
the plates in my shins. I
All
don't
right.
have
So
anything.
so today you still wear braces all the way up,
Yes,
what, 2/3 of the way up your legs?
just below from my feet, just below my knees.
Okay, but just below your knees. Okay. So there. And okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
because of all the things you've been through and all the surgeries you've had, you have had mobility issues your entire life. How old were you when you first started walking?
About 6. I
Wow.
actually didn't even really start talking until about 6.
Okay. Huh. Wow.
Go.
If I may.
Somebody's got a question.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Go
Yeah. Okay. Hang on, Papa. Tanya, you have something you need to say?
Yeah, Outdoor Adventures with Ron wants to know what Kenny's favorite thing to do is besides YouTube.
Oh,
Well, I like hanging out with people. I like getting and every now and then I'll have a friend come over, like for somebody from school or something that they'll
Yeah.
want me to go with them and hang out with them for a
Right.
while. And
And
I
cars.
sometimes I sometimes go play a pool, like the one with the cube ball,
Right.
eight ball.
Billiards or something.
Yeah,
Like.
billiards. Yeah.
So
And
you are also a gamer.
yeah, I like to play games a lot. I play
Okay.
golf a lot.
So,
So
Papa, what were you gonna say?
Pardon me?
You were gonna say something. Go ahead.
You know what? It slipped right out of my brain. It's
That's okay. That's
I
okay.
think it was now going back to where we was talking about when I first started out
oh,
with health issues. The doctors even said with all those health issues that I would not even make it past my 5th, my 10th, my 15th, and so on. They kept giving me
Yeah.
so many.
the percentages keep falling as each 5-year period goes by.
My
Yeah.
and well,
Well,
I have now made it and surpassed all those.
all their expectations. Yeah.
Yes, and I have made it to my 26th.
Right. So I'm gonna say something. I did check online.
I'm 7 in the morning.
I googled cerebral palsy online, and what they say is cerebral palsy. You grew up with it. You'll have it for the rest of your life. It doesn't go away. There are no cures, but it is not like a progressive disease that gets worse as you get older.
No.
So only thing that would get worse is maybe it's harder to move around, which is already hard. They say that you work use 10 times as much energy as anybody else just to do the things that are normal. So he's not looking at a terminal illness.
Not
Like-
in that sense, no.
like
No.
a disease or anything. So
No, just the brain and the heart.
right. So
And the heart
you
seems to be doing okay. He doesn't have really that much trouble with the heart anymore.
right.
But,
So tomorrow's your birthday.
That is correct.
And which birthday? How old are you gonna be?
I'm going to be turning 27.
27 years old, and he wasn't even expected to survive at birth.
Right.
And
That is correct.
okay, Tanya, if you have a question, just let me know. I'll let you move in.
Okay.
I'll
ask this, Kenneth. Do you live in chronic pain? I know a lot of people with CP have pain issues. You never seem like you do, but I'm sure you do.
Every once in a great while, I might have pain here and there, but not extremely.
Good.
Okay.
Awesome.
When you did your videos that you're working on the car and putting the wheelchair together, you look like it was painful to get up and move around, get in your position. Was that painful or just difficult?
No, it wasn't painful. I mean, it was a little rough on the doing it on the
gravel.
The gravel, but that's pretty much about it. But I mean, that's normal. I mean, you know,
Okay.
it's
Right.
But no, and ever so often, if I stay down for a long period of time, it's hard for me to get back up.
Right. So let's talk about your accomplishments in your life. You've gone to school. I want to mention His mother passed away when he was 9 years old.
Okay.
And so ever since
Mm.
then, he really hasn't
Nah,
had a mother in
yes,
his
that is
life.
correct.
So Papa's been his mother, his father, his grandfather, and even his grandmother for the last few years. So that's his family, and he doesn't have closeness to any external family members. They pretty much have not been involved in Kenneth's life, and yet he turned out to be a survivor and such. He's made a great accomplishments. Kenneth went to regular school, but he was in what do they call it,
They call it special education classes.
special education. Because of his physical limitations, it had nothing to do with up here. Kenneth is very smart. What I will say is
Partially.
he went
And
has
I
nothing
also
to do
have
with
some learning. I,
Some learning disabilities.
I was going to say I do have some learning disabilities. Like I have a
Okay.
problem with, like I have a problem with comprehending what I read. Like I could sit here and read you
Okay.
something all day long, and I wouldn't be able to tell you what I just read.
Okay. All right. So retention, maybe. Yeah.
Mm.
So Kenneth, you went to high school. Tell us about your grade point average.
I graduated with almost a 4.0. It was like a 3.8 grade point average.
Yes.
Good job.
And I also graduated with an honors diploma.
Okay. So
Nice.
you never let your disabilities keep you from becoming successful in school.
That is correct.
Okay. So what school did you attend? High
I
school
attend I attended Sullivan South High School
in Kingsport.
in Kingsport, Tennessee, and
Okay.
I went there from 2009 until I graduated in 2013
Okay. And since then, you didn't
from
quit
that.
there. You didn't not quit there. You didn't just get your high school
No,
diploma. You went on to a trade school. Tell us about that. What kind of grades did you get in
I
trade school, and what did you train for?
I actually went to a community. I went to a community college that offer degrees and also certificate programs. And I
Okay.
and I went for an auto mechanic certificate program for 2 years. And it actually, in order to start there, I actually did not start there until like 2019. It
Okay.
actually took me 7 years, almost 7 to 8 years to get to into college.
But you didn't quit.
No,
You
no,
did not quit.
You did
no.
not quit. Okay. Why did you choose to be an auto mechanic with all your disabilities?
Well, I have always liked uh, tools, anything with motors, lawnmowers, weed eaters, whatever it was. And I also uh, learned a lot from my cousin that used to work on automobiles, and
Okay.
that's what got me interested in auto mechanics.
So that's a pretty difficult job with your physical mobility problems. That's a big physical job. You could have taken any other kind of job. You could have trained for an office job. You could have trained for something simple, but you didn't go the easy way, even though you knew there were obstacles. Why? What motivated you to take on one of the hardest jobs you could take on?
I have just learned that just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't do anything at all.
That's right. That's
And
right.
I want to show the world and prove to the world that I can do something.
Okay, so you got a degree or certificate, I guess.
A certificate program, yes.
Okay. So you got the certificate. You are certified for auto mechanic. Is that correct?
Pretty
Well,
much, except for
pretty much except for the ASE certifications.
Right. So
I
you
still
still
have
have
to
to do those.
I still have to do the ASE certifications.
So did you try to get a job in auto mechanic shop?
Yes, I have tried to get a job in auto mechanic shop. I've not only tried auto mechanic shops. I've also tried other jobs like grocery stores, fast food restaurants, um,
parts store.
parts stores, different things. And the
What
that I
kind of
have run into,
response do you get these from these people when you try to apply for a job? What do you get? What did they tell you?
the they would love to have me, but we just can't find nothing for you. And
Or
or they want me to have like 10, 15 years of experience, because when I went for interviews to some of these places, they've asked me, that was one of their questions. They've asked me, said, how much of experience have you had in this field? And I've had to say, well, the only experiences I've had is when I took auto mechanics all 4 years in high school, and I took auto mechanics, and they're saying that that's not enough. That's not enough experience.
okay, and also
And
you have to have the legal and liability aspects
yeah,
of
and
insurance.
what it is, OSHA steps in and says, see, they have to approve that, and they and they're like, we can't take that risk,
Yeah,
because they're afraid that if I actually get hurt on the job,
right.
then I'm gonna cost the job money.
You're going to sue them, of course. So
But
that's what they're
I'm
thinking.
not gonna do that.
Right,
So
but they don't know that. And so it's been a problem to get a job since you have graduated. What are your goals for today? See, if you can't get a job in somebody else's shop, you have other goals. You haven't given up. What are your goals today, Kenneth, as far as employment?
I just want to keep trying. I just want to keep trying and never give up. And I want to eventually have my own business going.
Very, yeah.
Um,
And how would you be
in
able to
auto
do
mechanic.
that? How would you be able to have a shop of your own? What would you need to do that besides a building and money?
Yeah.
Would you have to have help?
Yes, I would have. I would have to hire people. I would have to hire people to work for me, because there's going to be certain things. I'm not going to be able to drive the vehicle to test drive it
Right.
and things
And
like
you
that.
can't lift a
And
big,
I'm
heavy
not.
engine.
No, I would have to have help with that. I'd have to have what they call a cherry picker to do that with,
Right.
and also
So the bottom
lift
line
a.
is you still have dreams to be an auto mechanic and you've been trained for it. And the goal is you haven't given up just because nobody would hire you. You still have the dream to work in a shop with other people that would assist you.
That would be willing to.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah, you can
And
do a lot
where
of computer
when
stuff.
you
Hmm.
in your own shop, you wouldn't have to worry about liability to
Right.
somebody else. It would be your own liability insurance.
That was
Okay, so
the hiring people. You'd have to pay theirs.
but the thing about it is, when I do hire somebody, and I also have to have have the building inspected and
yeah,
insured and all that, and I have to let the state and all that inspection and
yeah.
Yeah.
and all that. That's the thing.
Okay, let me pause here for a minute. I
Mhm.
want to say something to the chat here. People, I have not been able to follow your chat because I really wanted to concentrate on being very pointed in my question to Kenneth. So I haven't been able to watch your chat. I do see some super chats or super stickers, so I haven't acknowledged that. So right now, I would like to play this clip to anybody that has sent me a super chat or a super sticker. Let me do this. Hang on. And so let's play this right here. Oh. Where is that? There we go. Okay, so before I ask any more questions, I could go on and ask you another hour's worth of questions, but I would really like to address our chat, the people in the chat. If somebody has questions, and Tanya, you're going to be been
I see
following
one.
this. So let's answer the questions that's already been asked first. And we'll keep the answer kind of short, Kenneth, because we have a lot to cover. So if anybody else wants to put a question in the chat, please type QQQ in capital letters before your question. So go ahead, and Tanya.
Um, Fatima from Travel Dreamer 46 asks, "What do you need to complete your certification test, Kenneth?"
Several $100.
Well, I will need. I talked with a couple of my classmates that went and took theirs, and you have to you have to take in each. Uh, um, you
Each
have
test.
you have to take it in each category. You have to take it in engine performance, transmission, uh, and all the brake systems and everything. Um, and he, I believe, the last student that I talked to about that, they um
About
told
$300
that they told me it was about $300
a piece.
a piece.
Wow. So how many certificates do you need to get?
About five. I would,
Okay.
5 that we know of.
that we know of.
Will you get an assistant to help you, like during it, like for the individuals with disabilities? Do they give you somebody to help?
No,
I'm not really.
Mhm.
I know you have to go online to apply for it, but I'm not really sure.
no.
I'm
I
not really
checked with
sure
that.
where to go.
Okay.
I have to do some more research on that.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do know that that my professor and them was telling me that um, I am going to have to go and get ASE certification.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
So
when I,
um
if I may,
go ahead.
Mhm.
when I checked on it, when we first found out that he's going to have to do all this,
Mhm.
I went and checked, and they said that they would he would have to go online, and they would send a pamphlet or a booklet that he would have to study before he could take the test and stuff
Okay.
and things like that.
So
So
that's pretty typical for in anyone that has to go do a test. So that's pretty normal.
yeah,
Okay, so
but
Chris
with it,
Diane.
it was like we told you with his death,
Okay,
it would
so
be a long, hard process.
right. It's
You know
gonna
what I
take a
mean?
while. Yeah.
Yeah, it may
Okay,
take
Chris
another
Diane
7 years
asked
like
you.
it did to get into college.
I'm not going to be able to do it overnight. I will
No,
just say that.
No,
Mhm.
no. So I have a question for you, Kenneth. Chris
Yeah.
Diane wants to know, do you have your own place or do you have to stay with someone?
Well, I have my own place. I own my own home right here.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you don't have to live with somebody else. You and Papa live together and take care of each other.
right.
Yes.
Okay. So I
But
hope that
everybody,
answers.
but like I told you earlier, also, D, that everybody thinks that Kenny can't do nothing on his own.
Right.
Even he has shocked people with what he can do to an automobile.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
keep saying, well, "You can't do that. You can't do that," and he says, "Watch me."
Exactly. Good one,
And
Ken.
you know, and he
Yeah.
does it. And
Right.
they're gawk mouth going, "Huh?" You
Yeah.
know.
He's not a quitter. He's not a wimp by any means.
You should have seen me. You should have seen me the other day when I was putting oil in the truck the other day.
Oh, well. I have another question for you, Kenneth. Hybrid Life says, I hope Kenneth gets to meet Scotty Kilmer, who lives in Clarksville, Tennessee now. Do you ever watch Scotty's channel?
That's a new one on me.
Hey,
I haven't seen that one or heard of that channel before, but I will go and check that out.
okay. So that's did I miss some questions, Tanya?
Not that I.
Oh, wait,
I
yes, I
think
did.
I saw where New Horizons had a question in there.
Okay, I have a question here. Let me
Oh,
this one.
maybe.
This from Dan, A to Z Outdoors Dan. He is Kenny, how about acquisitions? Working the front counter, ordering
Yeah.
online and phones. You
Yeah.
have the knowledge now.
That won't work. Nobody hires him for that.
Yeah.
And two, you have to see. I don't. The reason why I don't go for office jobs is most office jobs, since everything is done online.
Yeah.
I don't have the typing dexterity to be able to type that fast.
Okay.
Most that they want you to be able to type so many words per minute, and I don't have that fast dexterity.
Yeah, I see it.
Here's another comment from
Yes, ma'am.
Janine Wetzler. She says, you will need to do your shop hours to get the physical training on the job for your test as well. Some up here in Ontario, Canada. So she's correct. Probably for the actual tech, tactical, where you have to do the work, you would have to go in and have some kind of a training for that. Testing, I should say. Not just
School,
paperwork
not just
testing.
school,
Yeah, right.
on the
So,
job.
Right.
see, the thing about it is, the jobs around here, at least in our area anyway, it might be different in other states and things.
Yeah.
They don't hardly do on the job training anymore.
So
They-
Linda Barker asked, have you considered working as a service writer for a dealership?
service writer.
Another, when people come in to have work done, somebody
Mhm.
has to go around and write down what they need done.
Like in the
before-
computer.
Yeah, right.
Most of it, like I said, most of it's done in computer anymore, and most of it's online. You don't hardly do it on paper anymore
Yeah.
because most of it's done through computer.
Somebody asked, have you ever considered
Yeah.
doing landscaping? But that's a whole different world, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Landscape.
Mike's moving up on the map has a question.
Okay. What is it?
Uh,
Go ahead and read the question.
It says, are there business loans especially given to people who have disabilities? Because that could
Only
be
if you-
something for starting your
Only
own.
if you've got the money to back it up.
you have to be able to pay it back.
You
Um,
you have to you have to have you have to have double or triple the what is it called when you have when you go to get a loan, you got to have
Like
security
equity,
or whatever
Collateral.
collateral.
oh, security.
Collateral.
Collateral.
security
Yeah,
collateral, yeah.
right.
Yeah, And
Okay.
you almost have to have double or triple to get it,
Yeah.
to get
Okay.
that type of one.
So we have been on 45 minutes. Um, Tanya, any last questions you would like to ask Kenneth?
Yeah, since you had were born with hydrocephalus and you have the shunt, have you ever had like seizures or anything else that goes along with that sometimes?
Once.
I had it once.
Okay.
But the rest of the time, you just had the swelling and the
The,
bleeding.
the rest of the time, I just had the swelling and the bleeding.
Okay.
And I also, this last time that I had surgery done on the shunt, um,
The
the
tubing had split.
the tubing it had come off the valve and it had broken down in the tubing two or three places.
Oh wow.
And I was getting, it was like I was getting migraines
Okay.
because no matter what I did, whether I took any medicine for my headache or anything,
Yeah.
Just kept getting worse and worse.
just kept getting worse and worse. And it also developed. I also developed what they call papilledema, which is where your pupils and your eyeballs get 10 times as big as what they should have been.
Okay.
And so that was because of the buildup in
Pressure.
that fluid was
Yeah.
building up pressure.
Yeah.
And because I went to the eye doctor and they said that yeah, it is the shunt. I had my regular doctor that did the surgeries on my shunt before in the past. They kept saying no, it's not the shunt, it's not, and it's something
Yeah.
else. And we kept saying that's something. And sure enough, and they took X-rays and they could see all that fluid built up. And I will say, and I could not eat or drink anything uh,
Where all the hoses had broke.
where the hose had broke and everything. But this last time that I had it done, I felt like 90 to 95% better when I had it done because it finally relieved all that pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay, hold on for a minute, Kenneth. Is Melody Marlendorf still in the chat? If you are a Melody, please type something in the comment, and so let me know. If you are, I'll put a link in for you. Okay. So
But
Kenneth,
people don't know, but I was a school nurse for special education for 15 years. So I took care of all the kids with the shunts and G
right,
tubes and CP and all that. So you're
right,
right that the biggest symptom is that headache that you had. That's a telltale sign.
right.
yeah, well, they told me said I'm going to have normal headaches, uh, but
Now
But
every
those
now
are bad.
Well, yeah, and
those
that would be normal for
yeah
what you have going on. Yes.
that's but
Okay.
but when I get one of those headaches to where they stay
Severe.
constantly, that's when I yeah.
So we're pretty much out of time. Kenneth, let's
Yes.
talk about the last thing I want to talk about is you're doing YouTube on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenneth, why do you do YouTube?
Well, I just love getting to meet new people and getting to interact with people, especially since not really being able to due to this pandemic situation, um, not been able to get out and
Right,
associate with other people, not even in my own family, not able to,
right,
uh, and so I've just been enjoying the interaction and also getting to go to these YouTube meetups,
right,
getting to meet up with people in person.
right. So it's a great way to make new friends and have some kind of camaraderie with other people.
Right.
And Kenneth puts out videos all the time. He puts out a lot of taste test videos. He does cahoots on his channel. He's doing live streams quite often, and he's on everybody's channel. Anybody that doesn't know Kenneth has not been to very many live streams, because Kenneth literally moderates for at least 30 channels.
Yeah.
He's a good moderator, and that's a job in itself, and it doesn't get any rewards. But what I will tell people, if you're not connected to Kenneth, I'm putting out here, I want you to help him get his subscribers. He's already got his watch hours. He has 842 subscribers last I looked. He needs what, 160 subscribers. If you don't know Kenneth, please go check out his channel. Please subscribe to him and watch a video and give him a comment. If you maybe you don't like watch taste test, that's okay. Just say hello and say you like or don't like what he likes. Something. Give him a comment about his taste test.
So you
I
know
mean,
the new,
so he can really use our support. And
new
if you're able to, please share out his channel on your
yeah.
community tab, or share out his channel on your Facebook or whatever, Instagram, something, social media, to get the word out that this man truly, truly deserves to get monetized. And
He's up to
that's
855. Yay, Shane. Thanks for subscribing.
yeah, thank
855
you.
now.
Fantastic.
Thanks, everyone.
So my goal today is
And thanks,
to
everyone,
first
for the
make,
birthday wishes.
Yeah.
I want to bring people awareness to people that like Kenneth, like Tanya, like Derek, like Papa. Really, he's still in a walker too. So many people out there still get around and do everything they can to live life to the full, and they're not quitting. Kenneth is not a quitter. And that's what I'm trying to say is people like this inspire others who feel like quitting, who feel discouraged or feel like they can't do anything. Kenneth is a man that can inspire you. If you look at what he's gone through and what he's accomplished and what he's still accomplishing today, you will stop feeling sorry for yourself. Believe
That's
me.
right.
Okay, so let's get Kenneth to 1,000 subscribers as soon as we can. Please, people, share his channel out. Give him some support. He needs it. And I want to thank everybody for coming. And I want to thank Kenny and Papa for coming up on my panel and doing this interview with me. You are truly inspiring. I really love you, Kenny. I really do. And what can I say? Okay, I'm gonna
And
take you guys down.
I'm hoping to eventually make it out to the Foresight one day.
I hope so.
Yes, we hope so.
Yeah, that would be wonder. Okay,
Maybe,
thank you, Kenny,
maybe
and
you're
thank you,
after next.
Papa. I'm sorry.
But I did want to say this one last thing. I've learned that if I gave up, then I'd never get anywhere.
That's
And
true.
That is the truth. That is the truth.
And
self-pity doesn't get you anywhere either, right?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Thank you, Kenny.
Right.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. So, boy, that hour went fast. I
know it went really fast. Wow, I couldn't even keep up with the chat.
I know. I was trying to keep up at least with the questions. I think we probably can do one wheel spin here, and I'm not going to do. I have a wheel, people. I'm sorry. Last few weeks I haven't used that because it's just I haven't had enough time to do the wheel spin. Today I'm going to give out a $20 PayPal or Amazon gift card to the person that wins on the draw. So I'm going to pull the comment picker. Please put, let's see, Tanya, I'll let you type the word in the chat. Hang on, I can find this comment picker. Type a word in the chat and tell me what it is so I know.
It won't let me type in the chat.
Oh, you're not on you.
Yeah.
You're on StreamYard, not YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on Street. I'm on
That's
Street.
okay. I can do it. Hang on. Let me get into
How about never give up?
how about less words? Maybe.
Okay.
Hang on. How about see. Don't quit.
Yeah, there you go. Don't quit.
Without an apostrophe. Just do the word DONT. Quit. And if it pulls up my name, you know I'm not eligible. So there we go. That's what you need to type. Don't quit. Everybody type in the, if you don't want to win this prize, please don't type the words. So let me type it in here. Hope I did that right. Let me share it. Hang on. Share screen and Chrome tab. Share.
There
So
you
let's see. Is it showing? Okay. So everybody type in don't quit. And no apostrophes. Okay, let's see. Let me check and see how we're doing here. No, it doesn't matter, cap or small letter, as long as it's exactly 2 words, don't quit. And you don't only need to type it once because it's only going to count once anyhow. So let's see. I want to give everybody a few minutes to do this because we still have quite a few people in the stream.
Yeah, no apostrophe, guys.
Yeah, no apostrophe. Gracie Seeking Adventures, you have an apostrophe in yours. So take it out and just type it again. Don't quit. Okay, I think I'm going to start drawing the names. And it does take a minute to get all of them. So here we go. We're drawing. Right now we have 36. And we have 72 in the chat. So for a $20 Amazon or PayPal, I will put my email address on the screen. The winner will need to email me within a week. Tell me if you want Amazon or PayPal, and then I will get it out to you right away.
Yeah, that darn spell checker is what's.
I know I should. That's why I usually only do one word, but sorry,
Yeah.
guys. That's all right. So let's see where we're at. How many? We have 39 entries. And I'll give it another minute or so, and then I will call it. Okay, 40. Okay, I'm going to draw. If you didn't get the words in, it's too late now. So 40 entries. Here we go. Good luck. Travel Dreamer.
Yay, Fatima.
All righty. Congratulations. Fantastic. Okay, let's take that down. So you won a $20 Amazon or PayPal. Let me put my email address on the screen. Where it is. I have to find it. There it is. So dlugton1@gmail. Be careful you type it exactly, because otherwise people have sent me emails without the number 1 and I don't get it. So dlugton1@gmail.com. So congratulations. Let me know if you want Amazon or PayPal. So I'm sorry if I've missed anybody's questions. This stream went, I never imagined I could ask or keep that conversation going as long as I did. Hardly let Tanya get a word in.
You did amazing at that interview. That's why it went so fast.
Oh, I don't know.
You did.
I
You
didn't.
Did really
I hardly let you get a word in.
No, it was fine. No, it just worked so good.
Yeah, I think it went well.
Yeah.
So I like I said, people, thank you for coming. Kenny's been quite an inspiration to me. And so I wanted to do this with him and for him. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers if any way possible. Let's do that. There's a ton of people in the chat. I apologize if I didn't say hello to you. I know my moderators are doing an awesome job. Hope they have put their links in the chat. I know there are live streams coming up after mine today. If my moderators would put the links to any live streams that are coming on from our community people in the chat, then people can pick and choose where they would like to go, or maybe they don't want to go, but hopefully they'll find something they want to go watch. I hate to take and pick and choose personally. I like to let people make their own choices. So I do appreciate this community. I love you all. I appreciate all your support, and all I can. Oh, and I want to thank especially the people that have sent me super chats and PayPal gifts in the last week, and today especially too. So I didn't play very many thank yous, but I'm gonna play one last one before we call it a day.
Blue Wave sent you a $20 one earlier.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and let me play this, people. For all the people that have been so supportive of me. All right. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate you. We'll close with the last little clip, and we'll say
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, till next time. Thank you all.
Bye. Good night.
Thank you for coming. Please hit the like button, make a comment, share this video out with your friends, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified, and the subscribe button. Thank you so much for participating and supporting my channel, and you have made it a great success. Your friendship and support in every way has made my channel grow. Thank you.